Hi everyone, welcome to the Celebrity Diaries. Terrence Howard is an American entertainer, rapper, vocalist, and maker. Playing his most memorable and significant parts in the 1995 films Dead Presidents and Mr. Holland's Opus, he broke the standard with a progression of TV and film jobs somewhere in the range of 2004 and 2006. He played James Rhodey Rhodes in the primary Iron Man film, and he featured as a lead character, Lucius Line, in the TV series Empire. Terrence Howard has acquired in excess of 30 honors for his work, counting 2 BT grants, a dark film grant, and a satellite honor. He's been designated for 12 NAACP picture grants, winning 4. He's likewise won grants from the African American Film Pundits Affiliation, as well as the Pundits Relationship in Austin, Florida, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Vancouver, and Washington, D.C. In 2019, he got a star on the Hollywood Stroll of Distinction. Terrence Howard has had noticeable jobs in numerous different films, including Biker Young Men, Winnie Mandela, Crash, Beam, Lackawanna Blues, 4 Siblings, Large Mother's Home, Get Rich or Kick the Bucket Attempting, Idlewild, August Rush, The Bold One, and Detains. As a performer, his presentation collection radiated through it. It was delivered in September 2008. And in September 2019, he reported that he had resigned from going about as he was worn out of imagining anyway. On February 1, 2021, it was reported that he would star in the English science fiction thrill ride film Underneath. In December 2022, he again reported that he was resigning from acting. Terrence Howard has an expected total assets of $7 million. About Terrence Howard's initial life, Terrence Howard was brought into the world on Walk 11-1969 in Chicago, Illinois. He's the child of Tyrone Howard and Anita Williams Howard, both of whom were biracial with African and English parentage. His extraordinary grandma was entertainer Minnie Nobility. Terrence Howard was brought up in Cleveland, Ohio, where he had a rough youth. He persevered through beatings from his truly oppressive dad and saw his dad cutting one more man in the St. Nick Line killing when he was just 2 years of age. His dad was sentenced for homicide and served 11 months in prison. His folks separated upon his dad's discharge. He was raised by his extraordinary grandma, who kicked the bucket at 77 years old on May 11, 1993. Terrence Howard is 6 feet tall, or 1.84 meters tall, about Terrence Howard's own life. Terrence Howard has been hitched multiple times to 3 ladies and has 5 kids and 2 grandkids. In 1993, he married his most memorable spouse, Lori McComas. They separated in 2001, yet they remarried in 2005. They therefore sought legal separation a year after the fact and finished briefly in 2007. They had 3 youngsters together, girls Aubrey Howard, Paradise Howard, and Child Tracker Howard. Through Aubrey, he has 2 grandkids, a granddaughter brought into the world in December 2012 and a grandson, Adrian, brought into the world in February 2015. Terrence Howard married his second spouse, Michelle Gent, in 2010. Michelle petitioned for legal separation in February 2011. She petitioned for a limiting request in December 2011, denouncing Terrence of being actually harmful toward her. Their separation was concluded in May of 2013. However, the understanding was upset in 2015 after an adjudicator managed Terrence had marked it under the coercion of Michael taking steps to sell naked pictures of Terrence and other individual data. In late 2013, Terrence Howard married his 3rd spouse, model and restaurateur Mira Pack. They have 2 children, Querin Love, who was brought into the world in 2015, and Legend, who was brought into the world in 2016. The 2 separated in 2015 and then got drawn in to remarry in December 2018. In 2010, he was drafted as a privileged member of the Phi Beta Sigma clique. Terrence Howard has definitely disapproved of the IRS a few times. He supposedly got a $1.1 million past due charge bill in 2010. In June 2019, it was accounted for that he and his once-off-again spouse, Mira Pack, were being explored for tax avoidance. He was hit with $600,000 worth of lions in 2006 and 143,000 lions in 2019. About Terrence Howard's vocation. Terrence Howard previously entered media outlets when he depicted Jackie Jackson in The Jacksons An American Dream, and a BC miniseries. 3 years later, he made his enormous film break in 1995's Mr. Holland's Creation. He kept being projected in TV and film jobs and co-featured his Greg Sparkles in the last part of the 1990s brief TV series Flashes with James L. Avery Sr. and Miguel A. Nunez Jr. He likewise showed up in The Best Man in 1999 in Ashanti's music video for a 2002 single and in Mary J. Blige's video for Be Without You. He showed up on the television series Family Matters. Terrence Howard has said that he searches for characters that show him himself while picking his film jobs for the 2005 film Hustle and Stream. He depicted a pimp, a hopeful rapper, and played out all the characters' tracks himself, including Hard Over Here for a Pimp, which won the Institute Grant for Best Unique Melody at the 78th Institute Grants. He's likewise filled in as a filmmaker, as when he was credited for the 2007 film Pride in 2008, he facilitated the PBS series Free Focal Point. Terrence Howard was contracted to play Colonel James Rhodes in the 2008 film Iron Man. He was previously endorsed by any of the other significant entertainers and was the most generously compensated entertainer in the film. He was supplanted by entertainer Ware Cheadle in the film's continuations. Diversion week by week, it was detailed that Howard was offered a 50 to 80% pay cut for Iron Man 2. However, it said that it was indistinct whether he turned down the job or, on the other hand, whether Wonder pulled out their proposition. Terrence Howard delivered his introduction to the grown-up elective collection Radiate Through It in 2008 on Columbia SME Records. He depicted the collection as a metropolitan nation and, by the same token, composed or co-composed the melodies that are all on it. In 2008, he made his Broadway debut playing Block in the All-African-American Creation Bundle of Nerves coordinated by Debbie Allen. In 2010, he joined the cast of The Rule of Law Los Angeles, playing appointee-led prosecutor Joe Decker. He exchanged shows with Alfred Molina, who depicted delegate lead prosecutor Ricardo Spirits. The series was dropped after one season. In 2011, he played Nelson Mandela in the film Winnie Mandela. Since around 2015, Terrence Howard has been featured on the TV series Realm, playing Lucius Line. A hip bounce investor who finds he's perishing and should guarantee the endurance of his music domain, he too showed up in the TV series Delinquent Pines, depicting Sheriff Arnold Pope as a primary character in the main season in 2015 and a visitor character in the second and last seasons. In September 2019, Terrence Howard reported that he had resigned from acting after the last time of Domain, as he was fed up with imagining anyway. On February 1, 2021, it was declared that he would star in the English science fiction thrill ride film Underneath. In February 2022, he was projected in the blood and gore movie Skeletons in the Storeroom. In December 2022, he again reported that he was resigning from acting about Terrence Howard's home. Terrence Howard lives outside Philadelphia in Lafayette Slope, Pennsylvania, about Terrence Howard's vehicle assortment. Terrence Howard possesses or has claimed a Cadillac Escalade, a Jeep Wrangler, a Lincoln Pilot, and a Reach Wanderer game. Thanks so much for watching. Try to buy in and remember to give us something unfamiliar. Thank you so much for watching this video.